All right, get ready for this one. We're diving deep into a story that is just genuinely bone-chilling. We're going to talk about the terrifying tale of Bungalow 112.
So let's set the scene. We're in Chandigarh, way back in 2005. And picture this, the winter was absolutely brutal. I'm talking temperatures dropping to a bone-chilling 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. You know, the kind of cold that basically forces everyone to just lock themselves away at home. But here's the thing, the freezing weather, it was really just a good excuse. The real reason people were staying inside was something else entirely. It was a different kind of chill, you know? A deep, primal fear. And this fear had a name, and it had an address.
That address was Bungalow number 112, but the locals, they knew it by a much more ominous name, Nuri Mahal.
And the sheer dread this place inspired? It was incredible. This wasn't just some old, creepy house. It was on the outskirts of the city, and people were so terrified they would literally go out of their way to avoid even looking at it. Think about that. The fear was so strong that even the bungalows around it were completely abandoned, creating this dead zone. The rumor going around was simple and absolutely terrifying. Nuri Mahal wasn't just haunted, it was a colony of ghosts. So, into this whole atmosphere of fear walks our main character. His name is Ankush, a young guy who had just moved to the city for college.
Now, if there's one thing you need to know about Ankush to understand this story, it's this. He was egoistic. I mean, he was arrogant, totally headstrong, and had this burning need to prove he could do absolutely anything. If you told him no, he saw it as a personal challenge.
And that's the crucial thing here, right? His ego wasn't just some little personality quirk. It was a fatal flaw. And that flaw, it was about to be tested in the most terrifying way you can possibly imagine.
And how did it all start? Well, like these things often do, with a simple, casual chat between friends that quickly spiraled into a dare he just couldn't back down from.
So, one evening, Ankush is cycling home from his exams, and he goes right past Bungalow 112. And he sees something weird. The gate, which is supposed to be locked, is open. And there are 3 men standing inside, just talking. So later, he mentions this to his friends, Jassi, Salim, and his cousin Sumit, just casually.
Well, his friends just laugh at him, right away. They're like, no way, you're seeing things. They kept insisting that gate is always locked. Nobody, and they mean nobody, ever goes in there. But Ankush? Oh, his ego just flares up. He refuses to back down. He knows what he saw, and the fact that they don't believe him is just making him angrier. So Jassi and Salim, they see how frustrated he's getting. And man, they push the perfect button. They dare him. They say, look, if you're so sure, go back, prove it. Go inside and show everyone in this area that there's nothing to be scared of. You'll be a hero. And that one word, hero, that's all Ankush needed to hear.
And just like that, the trap was set. His cousin Sumit is begging him not to go, but it's too late. Ankush's pride has completely taken over. He walks right up to that heavy gate of Nuri Mahal, pushes it open, and steps inside, dead set on proving them all wrong. So he's inside. He's ready to prove his point and rub it in their faces. But what he was about to find, it was so much worse than any ghost story his friends could have ever come up with.
And at first, he feels this wave of relief. The 3 men are still there, standing near a pillar, see? He was right. So he walks up to them, but their story is odd. They tell him they don't live there. They're here because apparently 3 people died that very morning, and now their bodies are missing. Okay, so Ankush is ready to just turn around and leave at this point, but then one of the men looks him right in the eye and asks this simple, cutting question, are you scared? And for a guy like Ankush, that's it. That's the ultimate challenge. No, he says, I'm not scared of anything. And to prove it, he actually offers to help them search for the missing bodies.
So they start searching this decaying, dark bungalow. It's getting late, and after almost an hour, back in the main hall, Ankush spots something. Sticking out of a patch of dirt that looks like it's been recently dug up is a hand, a pale, lifeless hand. He yells out to the others that he's found something.
And he doesn't even wait for them. He sees a shovel just conveniently lying there, grabs it, and just starts digging himself. He's digging like a man possessed, his ego totally driving him to solve this thing. And then a face emerges from the dirt, then a second one, and then finally a third. 3 bodies, right there, buried in a shallow grave. So he stands up. He's out of breath, but he feels triumphant, right? He's ready to turn to the men and show them what he found. He turns around, and the hall is completely empty.
the three men are just gone. Vanished, without making a single sound.
And this cold dread just washes over him. He looks back down at the bodies he just dug up, and in the dim light, he recognizes the faces. They were the faces of the exact same three men he had just been talking to. Well, Ankush's story pretty much ends there. He faints from pure terror and is eventually found by his friends and the police. But here's the thing. The police, they already knew the dark history of Nuri Mahal. They knew exactly who those three ghosts were.
So what's the real story here? Well, it's a classic tragic tale of greed. Years ago, three brothers inherited Nuri Mahal and all the property around it from their mother. But instead of grieving, they immediately started fighting over who got what. The fight got so nasty that their cousin saw a chance. He locked all three of them inside the bungalow one night and set the whole place on fire, killing them all. Their fight over the property was over, but their anger, that stuck around. And get this, the cousin who did it, he died under mysterious circumstances just a day or two later.
And so the story goes that the spirits of these three brothers were trapped in that bungalow, just waiting for anyone foolish enough to walk in, forever searching for their own bodies.
Now, the official reign of terror from Bungalow 112 seemed to end in 2010. That's when the entire property was finally torn down to make way for something new.
But here's the final unsettling thought I want to leave you with. A brand new building stands on that exact spot today. People live there now, families. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Did tearing down the house actually get rid of the ghosts? Or have they just found a new place to watch and to wait?